So here we see the beginnings of the technical session with the skills area, passing the ball at angles from the inside of the outside foot or the outside of the inside foot. We're having the ball come across at an angle, we're having a receiving touch. Here as we break into the slow motion, we can see they pass across. We have interference in there as well, so they've got to move with their head up and play with their head up. We can work this left foot, right foot, or as you'll see in a minute, we can advance it to an up, back and through and an angled pass. We can bring in all sorts of techniques here, high waves, step overs, inside cuts, inside outsides, etc. to build as we go through. As we look at this one here, the back player passes up, lays it off, runs on the half turn and receives. Passes it across, lays it up on this one here. We're coming into slow motion. Receives at the far end plays it back. He plays it across and he moves on the half turn, turns and gets ready to receive it. We only have one ball moving here, but as we progress this, you're going to start to see 2 and 3 balls. And then it's the release and the timing and the weight of the ball that becomes essential. Also their touch. If we get that bounce touch, that sort of kills it. But as they release and pass off, they move on this half turn and they come back through. And if you can get 3 or 4 balls going in this activity, it's really good. Alright, confirmation of mastery. As we come into this one, we work here a little bit more physical. I'm having the players linked together until they get their first touch of the ball. That way their first touch is a kind of off-balance touch in a way, but we force them into these sort of skills in these areas deliberately to try and attain a skill under even more pressure than previously shown. And as you can see here, these girls are very successful at it. Goals are facing each other, and this is our confirmation phase. As she comes in, Jenna there will turn the ball over nicely with a step over and takes it away. We come into an older group here. We're forcing them to start the game with an overlap. Now they have to cognitively think where they play this ball and how they play this ball out of pressure, or how they play this ball into space, and if they're successful from it. But this overlap start is a very clever little idea for them. As we come here now, we have the back-to-back goals. But if you look, they're all playing to the right-hand goal, or left as we look at it, because they're all using their right foot. In a moment, we tell them this and watch how the game changes. We explain to them we want them to create the solution to not go to this right goal. How could you not go to the right goal? And as you see, they'll break off onto their left side. We've set the goals up with a big delay in space. The right-hand goal is placed very tight to the end line, so their turns have to be tight. The left-hand goal here is placed away from the end line, so they get time to create that opening and that space there as you see there. And we allow this creativity. We do not want to stop the creativity. Here we have a player coming in. He's trying his right foot around, does a little scissor turn outside the foot, and he plays it off. Didn't get success, but that doesn't matter. Success was in his confidence and his skill base. Coming in across now to the counter-attacking on adjacent goals. We've got some nice little skill sets here by Lauren. She goes away, and then Kaylee comes around with another skill set to pull the ball back with a pull through and comes across again. Nice little bit of goalkeeping, and we bring the goalkeepers and their coaches into this at the same time. So here we have Sophie coming in, and she has a nice little stop-start, and it forces her onto her left foot, which is again what we're looking for. We come into another slow-mo with Lauren, a little step over, maybe some people call it a Diego step over shimmy, and she comes across and places the ball into that far post. So this game forces that far post shot off of the right foot, or ideally it sits them onto this left foot shot if we can make that happen for them. Comes across, and it forces him to use his left foot shot as he comes across, or left foot to perform a skill.